Hello, everyone, and welcome to Living Healthy and Aging Well. My name is Ken Haglind, and we are broadcasting from the AM 950 radio station that overlooks Bryant Lake Regional Park located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It is another amazing day here in the Twin Cities, and I am so grateful to be here with you today, and I hope all of you listening are doing well. We are on the air every Saturday from noon to 1 to talk about your health and your life. We cover a wide range of topics to help you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in a few minutes will be Tom McLoughlin. He is the board chair and anger management facilitator at the Twin Cities Men's Center. Also later in the show will be Lasagna Ware. She is the women's anger management facilitator. We also have Tom Maher. He is the office manager at the Men's Center. They're all here today, and they're going to be talking about the center's Men Helping Men with anger management classes, also with women. And also, this is where Sean guides men in digging deep to address the roots of anger and provide support and resources to help them navigate and manage anger in all areas of their life. The Twin Cities Men's Center provides resources for men looking to grow in body, mind, and spirit. And from that foundation, they advocate for healthier family relationships and community relations. You will enjoy listening to my conversation today with Tom McLoughlin, Lasagna Ware, and Tom Maher. I want to thank all of you that leave us messages on our radio show phone line. We appreciate hearing from you, and we welcome your comments, questions, and topics for future shows. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our radio show, please call or text us at 612-999-3426. You can also contact us on our website at livinghealthyradio.com. There you can find information about upcoming guests as well as listen to our previous shows, and we look forward to hearing from you. We are adding new listeners to the show each week, not only here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, but also throughout the country. You can find podcasts for all of our radio shows on the AM 950 radio website. And we can also be found on your favorite streaming services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and many others. You can also watch our broadcast live on the radio station's Facebook page at AM 950 Radio. If you have a question for us today, there's two ways to reach us. First, by calling the AM 950 radio station, and our friendly show engineer, Patrick, will get your call on the air. Our phone number here is 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can directly text us your questions at 612-999-3426. Now, don't worry. If you missed our contact numbers, I'll repeat them throughout the show. All right. I want to welcome my guests for today's show. Tom McLoughlin, the board chair and facilitator, along with Tom Maher, office manager of the Twin Cities Men's Center. And then later in the show, we're going to have Lasagna Ware talk about the new program you guys are initiating here, which will be really interesting. All right. Well, welcome to the show, guys. This will be great. Well, first of all, so Tom's been here before last year. Yeah, it was a great show.
And I survived, and I'm back.
And, he did.
I lived.
He did a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
No, it was a great show. Introduced me. I had met Tom at the State Fair last summer. It was a mental health day that the State Fair does, which I'm just so impressed.
NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, was hosting it. Yeah,
right. And it was. There was like 50 different organizations there. It's right next to the grandstand.
Right. Yep.
Beautiful place for it. The weather was fantastic. A little cool in the morning there, but it warmed up really nicely.
Yeah, Andy Michael, our vice chair, is going around greeting everybody, so I'm sure you probably talked to Andy too.
Oh, yeah, right. No, it was incredible. Just wonderful outpouring of just support and resources for the community. So anyway, we are so glad to have you here, Sean, and to talk about, you're a facilitator, so you can share with us the men's work that you guys do to help our communities with anger management. But before we do that, the audience needs to know who you are and get a little background on you. So would you mind just giving us a bit of your background?
Sure, yeah. I'm actually, by trade, a builder. I'm a licensed Minnesota builder, and I mostly remodel kitchens and bathrooms in older homes, primarily Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for 35 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if people listening have a remodel need, should they reach out to you? or it's up to you.
I'm not here to plug the business. I'm here to plug the
But if you're angry and you need a new bathroom, then he's the guy to...
I'm your guy, for sure. Yeah.
Well, listen, I hear people just always struggle trying to find good quality workmanship and just honest work. And so again, Minneapolis.
I have no shortage of work.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, fantastic. Okay. Well, then tell us about going from a builder, remodeler, in this role here at Twin Cities Men's Center. Okay. How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, first took the class 14 years ago. I was married at the time. My wife at the time and I had started arguing, and in the midst of one argument, I hit her, and I was shocked because I was raised by a single mom. My mom was a feminist. I consider myself a feminist, that I'd never hit a woman, and then I thought, my wife was going to say, you got to leave, but she said, she wanted me to see a therapist, which I did, and the therapist sent me to the anger management class, and I learned some tools. And I stayed married for another 10 years. And I never hit my wife again. And I would check in with her and I would say, do you feel safe? And she said, yeah. But after the marriage ended, a couple years after, she said, you used to ask me if I felt safe. And I said, yes. And she said, I felt physically safe, but I never felt emotionally safe. And that really just rung in my ears. And we have a 16-year-old. He's now 16. And I think he got subjected to a good bit of my anger as well. And so that kind of led me back into a second crisis. And I ended back in the program. And this time I really took it seriously. And I really feel like the facilitator I had at the time saved my life.
Wow. And
so I wanted to pay it back. And so I became a facilitator myself, and I've been doing it. I've now done the class about 20 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How many classes a year do you guys have, at least with the ones
do about one a month, right, Tom?
Okay. Yeah, we try to hit like 6 to 8 a year is pretty good, but 12 would be really high. But yeah, we start every 4 to 6 weeks roughly.
Okay. And we'll get more into all the how long the classes are and what they
we
make
also
up.
have a follow-up class that deals with shame and empowerment.
And actually, Sean was key in making that happen. I mean, he was just instrumental. That class wouldn't be happening if Sean wasn't jumping in and let's get something to go beyond that to bring them more. So he was really kudos to him on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, we had guys that they would take the class and they would repeat it and they would want to keep going, and there wasn't really a way to do that.
Yeah.
So I got together with David Decker, who's a psychologist that wrote the textbook that we use, and we came up with this follow-up course, which is really about shame is kind of what lies underneath a lot of the anger problem. And so digging into that, understanding that, and then learning to not be what we call shame-based anymore. Yeah.
That's pretty prevalent. I don't know why we as humans, it starts from childhood.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me. Other people I've had on the show in other areas bring that up as well. If you got to get that dealt with, then it seems like it helps everything else.
Oh, it's I mean, there's a lot of anger in this society. There's a ton of shame.
Yeah.
So much. Yeah. And the anger you see more in the men. And I think that's why the class is called Men Helping Men, because it's mostly men that end up in these classes, although now Lasagna's offering a class for women. Yeah. But I think everyone is inflicted with shame.
Yeah. A lot of, I'll use the word condemnation sometimes gets just put on people, society, just individuals, families. It's just, Yeah, if people can rise above that.
Yeah, and we learn it before we have the tools and defenses against it. We learn it as children from people. So, of course, it's our parents, so it must be true. It must be right. So we take that on, and we have no defense against that. And then, of course, we pass it on. So it's really just inherited right on down the line. So.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a difficult thing to talk about.
Oh, yeah, especially with men.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wow. All right. So you've been doing this at the Twin Cities Men's Center for about how long? How many years have you been
Facilitator for
role?
not quite 4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's just do a quick so that people can kind of follow along here. Your website is tcmc.org. Okay, tcmc.org, and that's short for Twin Cities Men's Center for those that are following along on the websites. We have a lot of people that just like to pull up the websites while we're talking, and they can ask questions about that as well. But, okay, and if you want to get a hold of them, there's the number 612-822-5892. And we'll repeat that throughout the show, folks. But it's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Sean McLoughlin, Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center, along with Tom Maher. He is the Office Manager at the Men's Center. And we will be back in a few seconds. If you have a question, give us a call, 952-946-6205. Once again, 952-946-6205. Or you can text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Greg Bakken here. If you're craving something delicious, Eat Local Minnesota is here to spotlight amazing local places you're going to want to try right away. Step back in time and experience classic nightlife at Crooner Supper Club, 4-star drinks and entertainment all in one place. Enjoy incredible performances on the main stage in the Dunsmore Jazz Room. You can even unwind in Maggie's Lounge. Find your perfect concert experience at croonersmn.com. Crooner Supper Club, where old school charm meets modern nightlife. Or how about a delicious French dessert? Discover macarons like you've never tasted before at Nicolette Macarons in Plymouth. Pick up a box of elegant French macarons conveniently located off Highway 169. Perfect for gifts, corporate events, or just for yourself. Stop in and order online at nicolettesmacarons.com. These are just a couple of great restaurants Minnesota has to offer. I'll be sharing more with you soon. And remember, when you eat local, Minnesota.
Are you tired of hearing how white European men discovered everything? Then 10,000 Things Theater's production of Men on Boats by Jacqueline Backhouse is for you. It features a cast of the people the first expedition to the Grand Canyon in 1869 left out, running February 19th through March 15th at 4 different locations, starting with Open Book in Minneapolis. Contact 10,000things.org. That's 10,000things.org.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. February is the month for love, so when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it deserves? Maybe you've been procrastinating on the holiday post-mortem cleanup at your house. Are you worried if you got down on your hands and knees what you might see or smell? Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it's also the largest air filter in your home. And what's worse, you're going to be stuck inside breathing this nasty stuff for months. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friends at Zero Res right now, 952-ZERO-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. A 4.9 rating on Google reviews and over 21,000 satisfied customers can't be wrong. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Next Chapter Booksellers is the perfect destination for indoor winter activities. Cozy up with a book. They have all the bestsellers and new releases. Plus, their booksellers are great at making recommendations. Beyond books, enjoy mind-bending puzzles and family fun board games for those snowy days. And don't miss Next Chapter's in-store events, book clubs, author signings, and children's story time. So stay busy this winter with Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Sean McLoughlin. He is the Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center. We also have Tom Maher here, who is the Office Manager at the Men's Center, and in the third segment we'll have Lasagna Ware, and she is going to be launching a women's anger management program. So we'll catch up with her in the next segment. And what Sean is talking about is the Men's Center's Men Helping Men with Anger Management classes, where Sean guides the men in digging deep to address the root causes of anger and provide support and resources to help men navigate and manage anger in all areas of their life. So this is a really important show, and I'm so glad to have these guys here today. Tom, how can listeners contact your organization if they have questions or want more information?
Sure. I mean, of course, you can always go to our website, tcmc.org, and there's a contact us there. And then, of course, there's our phone number, 612-822-5892. And as far as reaching out by email, email's an option too. An acronym for Office Manager, OFC, MGR at tcmc.org goes to me and a couple of other people. So there's a few different, and then also tcmc at tcmc.org is pretty easy to remember too. And that goes to like 4 or 5 different people. So those are a few different ways. And of course, sometimes people just walk through our door.
Yeah,
if they walk through the door, I'll talk to them. If the door's open, they walk through, I'll talk to them. So that's another good way too. So.
And where's your look? Don't you have classes like throughout the Twin Cities, or just is it only the one location at this point here?
Pretty much everything happens on site. We have a couple support groups that happen off site, but mainly it's at our location in Uptown, which is right on the corner of 33rd and Hennepin Avenue South.
That's right.
In a building called the Uptown Office Park. It's 3249 Hennepin Avenue South. And so we're we're in the lower level. It's 2 different addresses. You want to go in the 3249 door and go downstairs, and it's an L-shaped hallway. You walk the hallway, you can't miss this big sign on the door. So
perfect. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Well, we'll talk more about what goes on there, but I also wanted to get a sense for this is the history of the organization. You guys are going to celebrate your 50th 50 anniversary, which is just phenomenal for any organization, let alone a nonprofit that's working to help people with their quality of life. So tell us a bit about the organization.
Yeah. So the Men's Center started in response to the women's movement in the 70s. So we started in 1976. And there were a lot of men's centers over the country, throughout the country. There was at one point one in every state, and we are now the only one left.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's something we're pretty proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it mean that men are more angry in Minnesota than they are anywhere else in the country?
I would say it means that men here are more prone to do what we call interior work. Mm. So we've been working a lot on the board on like how to articulate our value to the community, and I think interior work is kind of one of the terms we landed on. I think for women to become empowered meant that they went out in the world and gained equal status in the workforce, equal status in leadership positions. And I mean, we all know that hasn't happened completely yet, but they're on their way, Yeah,
and I think part of it sometimes too is for men, it's like, I've got to do this and this and this and this and this. I don't have time to work on myself, get myself better. I can't straighten myself out because I've got all these other responsibilities and duties that I need to live up to. I'm like at the end of the line. Taking care of me is the last thing I need to do. So,
Yep.
Right. Yep. But in terms of empowering men, since we already have status in the world, the way that men can achieve empowerment is by doing interior work, working on themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. And so 50 years of pretty much doing the same thing, and helping men deal with their anger, right?
Well, the anger management program started in 1996.
Oh, okay.
So it's
about 30 years old.
30 years old.
So,
yeah. Started by a man named John Hesh, who was my first instructor.
Wow.
Who was really the powerhouse engine behind it for many, many years. And he retired about 4 years ago, and he passed away last year. It's a big loss for us.
Yeah, but we've done a lot of stuff. We held men's conferences, several in the 80s and things, and we started I think the Minnesota AIDS Project started with the Twin Cities Men's Center. The Domestic Abuse Project started at the Twin Cities Men's Center, which you'll call people at these locations, and some of them won't even know that. But a lot of them have their history with us, and we've always been doing different things. Like we have support groups, which we currently have been running, and those have been changing over the years. And we've got anger management, of course. We currently have a family law clinic, which is not that old, too. I think that started in the 90s, so that's relatively new, if you will. And then we have people that come in and want to do presentations to either our audience or their audience or a combination. So we have presentations on all sorts of things around physical health and mental health and well-being and yoga and exercise and a wide variety. So we've been continually responding to what's in society, what society wants, what society needs. They bring it to us, and we kind of let's see what we can create. We're kind of a creative place that way. As long as it fits within the big umbrella of our mission, we're open to talking about it.
Right. Well, you need to be responsive, otherwise you die. And so I think that's really key that you're open to having people say, hey, could you ever think of doing something like this? I think that entrepreneurial, innovative spirit is what keeps things growing. And
I get that. I'm like, have you ever thought of doing this? And I'm like, well, we haven't, but let's talk about it. Is kind of my response.
Right.
So,
Right. Okay. Well, let's we only got about a minute in this segment here. But so Sean, you are the lead facilitator or the facilitator for the men's anger.
There's about 6 of us.
Oh, 6 of you guys. Okay. Do you guys work together on each groups, I think we talked
we
off
work
the air.
very collaboratively. We all have our own style.
Yeah.
But we all ground our class in the textbook, which is written by David Decker.
Okay.
Who's a licensed psychologist.
Okay.
And probably one of the Midwest experts on anger.
Okay.
And it's interesting, too, because a lot of times we'll have 2 instructors per class, and they'll be very different instructors. So if a guy can't really relate to this one, but he gets this one. Or you can kind of see, there's not one way to do it. There's a number of different ways where I don't have to change who I am, per se, as much as just modify and add these tools in. And so really having that contrast and effectiveness in the contrast is really valuable, I think.
Yeah.
I think of it kind of like a football broadcast, like one guy kind of does the play-by-play and one guy is the color commentary.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, you get to be John Madden this time.
Well, I think, and how long is a class session typically?
2 hours.
2 hours, okay. It's
It's a 12-week course. We meet once a week for 2 hours each week. We also have the guys call each other in between classes.
Okay.
Because 2 hours a week is not enough to learn to manage your anger.
No, but it's nice to know, though, you're not alone in dealing with these issues.
It's a huge thing.
Yeah. All right. The music is cueing us out here. It's time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Sean McLoughlin, anger management facilitator and board chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center, and Tom Maher. He's the office manager at the Men's Center, and we'll be next segment talking to Lasagna Ware, and she's launching the women's anger management. And so if you have a question, please feel free. Give us a call, 952-946-6205, or you can text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
At Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, our job is to help you find a place for fire. Our displays include over 180 models in diverse styles, and we have over 35 burning displays. Come and experience the glow and warmth of a live fire.
Some say there are only 2 seasons in Minnesota, road construction and winter. Hi, this is Laura, and I agree there are 2 seasons in Minnesota, summer and fireplace season. I bought my wood stove for Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces in 2005, and every season after summer comes the time when we fire up the wood stove, get out our favorite music, and discover the warmth of fire. Our dog Pumpkin remembers the fire too. He stations himself right there, legs up in the air, just enjoying the warmth of the fire. With the wood stove, we are able to keep the main area of the house toasty warm, while the thermostat is set at an energy-efficient 64 degrees. Discover your fireplace season. Visit Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces today.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
Hey, Chanhassen in Eden Prairie, it's Alex with Buzz Cut Mowing. Why wake up early, freeze, and shovel snow when I can handle it for you? I provide fast, reliable snow removal so your driveway and sidewalks stay clear, safe, and stress-free all winter long. Relax, enjoy your morning coffee, and let me do the heavy lifting. Visit buzzcutmowingmn.com today and make this winter easier, warmer, and worry-free with Buzz Cut Mowing, because nobody likes shoveling snow.
Greg Bakken here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. February is the month for love, so when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it deserves? Maybe you've been procrastinating on the holiday post-mortem cleanup at your house. Are you worried if you got down on your hands and knees what you might see or smell? Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it's also the largest air filter in your home. And what's worse, you're going to be stuck inside breathing this nasty stuff for months. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $119 and take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friends at Zero Res right now, 9520-RES, or go online to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. A 4.9 rating on Google reviews and over 21,000 satisfied customers can't be wrong. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lulia. Snow expected today with a high of 21, then tonight clearing skies with a low of 4 above. The Great Wall has been your home for Chinese favorites since 1981. Don't miss the sesame chicken, mushu pork with Chinese pancakes, or Peking duck. Stop in at the restaurant on France Avenue and 45th Street along the Minneapolis-Edina City line, or check them out at greatwallrestaurant.us.
AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Saturday.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today is Sean McLoughlin. He is the Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center. And we also have Tom Maher. He's the office manager at the Men's Center here in the studio. And calling in on the phone is Lasagna Ware, and she is the Anger Management Facilitator for the Women's Program, and that is just being launched here shortly. And so we're so grateful to have her on the air. Lasagna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, coming in loud and clear. Yes, all of us here in the studio are shaking our head yes. Well, would you do us a favor and just give us a little background about yourself?
Yes. So I actually got certified in anger management back in, I believe, 2022 when I was working in Arizona. The company reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in the position due to the fact that a lot of the population we were working with didn't have the resource needed, and we basically was able to create a really great bond for me to be able to present this class to them at first without any certification, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So once I got into the class and kind of got into the groove, my boss seen how great of a fit I was teaching anger management, and he was like, you know what, let's just get you certified. So he went that route. I got certified through the National Anger Management Association, which can be, like, the class can be taught anywhere in the United States, which is, like, a really great thing. Mm. I recently renewed my certification as of this year, and once I did that, I reached out to Tom, who is, from my understanding, mainly, like, the owner of the Twin Cities Men Program, and we were able to connect and chat and kind of go over many options. And then after I connected with Tom, Sean reached out to me we were able to connect in person, grab coffee, and kind of, again, talk about many options and, like, many routes to go. And so far, everything that has been presented to me, I've been loving, and I cannot wait when the class launches, I believe, in April, so that I can teach it and kind of just go from there.
All right. So what inspired you to pursue this area of help and support and engagement with women dealing with anger management?
Honestly, my own past trauma.
Sure,
Growing up,
sure.
I was angry a lot, and I wasn't given the proper tools or strategies to cope with that. So I kind of had to learn everything on my own. And then once I moved to Arizona in 2019, I really had to learn things on my own because I didn't have family out there. It was just me. So it was a learning experience all around. And then once I fully got an understanding of how to manage my anger and how to, like, ground myself in what I'm doing and how I'm reacting to certain things, I've learned that what I've taught myself isn't far from what I can teach others, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. Well, I tell you, the best teachers are those who have the experiences of going through or learning what they're teaching.
Indeed.
You don't want to have people just have a abstract concept of something that you're teaching. I that's why I always enjoyed people that when I was going to school and college, I'd go to night school, and it was people who were doing the job during the day, accounting, finance, whatever, programming, and they're teaching at night. I thought, wow, that's why I really enjoyed the night programs, because you're working with professionals.
Right. And the thing is too, and I'm not knocking anybody's program at all, but there's a lot of anger management courses online where you can go and watch videos, pay so much you watch the video, but we're live and in person, and I've seen this many times. Guys are going around sharing their stories, and other guys will be turning going, oh yeah, and the guys are, oh, I'm not the only one. There's other people too. It's not just me. So
isolation is just the worst thing, and people don't know that we're all dealing with this stuff.
Yeah, something I say in class is if we had a contest, who's the angriest, I'd win. And what's interesting is how many guys get upset by that. They're like, I'll take you on. I got you.
Competitiveness, yeah.
I'll throw down. Yeah. I'm like, no. That's not what I meant.
But the goal is to be the most in control of yourself, right? I mean, that's the competition.
Yeah.
And so really, because I would get calls, because we never advertised women's anger management, never, because we didn't offer it.
Right.
I'd still get calls about twice a year from women wanting anger management classes. And I didn't have any resources to refer them to. Now Lasagna just walks through the door and is like, how perfect is that? So,
Right. Yeah, it's that's how life works. When the need is there, people show up. And I think we're seeing, just society in general. Going through COVID, there's been so much stress on society as we see all the things that are going on around us. It's not just a men's issue. I think it's a human issue.
And we're coming up on our 50th anniversary, and something the board has really become intentional about is involving women more in the men's center. It's a center for men, but having women involved enhances the men's center for sure.
Without a doubt.
The mission, family relationships, and community relationships. There's a place for everybody in that.
Yeah. Do you? I know you're just getting ready to launch the women's program. Will it be similar to the men's program that you guys have, or will there be some differences between the two different programs?
I want to let Lasagna answer that one.
Yeah, Lasagna, what do you think about that? There's 50 years of men's support, and then anger management, and you're coming on bringing in this program. How do you see it being similar and different from the men's anger management program?
I actually intend on using the same book that the men are using. Mm-hmm. And I say that because I went through the book myself to see what was in there, and I realized that what's used in the book can be used for not only men, but women as well. Mm-hmm. I know Sean and I also, when we met for coffee or before then too, Sean spoke about the fact that not a lot of women know how to deal with shame, and I believe that that's the difference.
Yeah. Another human condition that we all.
And I think we probably shame women quite a bit. They probably take on a lot of that, and probably don't have some of those tools to defend or protect themselves from that. So
right.
David Decker, the guy that wrote the book, describes the anger problem as being like an iceberg, in that some of the problem is visible. It's the part above the water, and that's the anger and the rage and the abuse. But the bulk of the problem is below the surface, and that's shame and what we call negative self-talk.
Yeah. So we got about 4 minutes left in this segment, so I want to make sure we talk about. So you're thinking of launching the women's program in April, and what is the length of the program? Is it going to be similar to the men's?
It's a 12-week course.
A 12-week course, okay. And it's about how long per session? How many? It's going to be 2 hours per
2
session?
hours.
Okay, 2 hours. All right. And sometimes it's co-facilitated. Will Lasagna have a co-facilitator?
She's invited me to sit in, so we'll see how it goes. I'll be the only dude.
All that anger will go right.
You're the problem.
I'm not doing this anymore, Lasagna. Get me out of here.
Why'd you bring him in here?
He's one of them.
Lasagna has
Sean,
already.
We'll ask you questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Sean, we will ask you questions in the class, so just be prepared.
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Well,
Lasagna has sat in on my classes already, and it's been great. And the guys are very receptive to it. And we're even debating whether we might have Lasagna do one of the Men Helping Men with anger management. The problem, of course, is the title doesn't really fit.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So,
but you look at the relationships. I mean, there's just so much anger, whether it's partner relationships or it's parental relationships or even children relationships. So I think there's room for everybody in these programs.
And the one thing I think that gets missed is when people think anger problems, they think of outward expression of anger.
Right.
But we ignore that. The people that repress and hold it inside, and they don't express it outwardly, but they put it on themselves. So that is a little bit more invisible in some cases. And our class does deal with it a little bit, but it's not as much as the outward expression. So there's a lot to it there. So
yeah. And I know I'm getting texts here about what's the cost for the program. Is that something that we want to just mention to people so that they understand?
Yep.
Is that also on the website then?
It is on the website on the registration. It's $315 for the full 12 weeks. And some people that's really easy. Some people it's a challenge. So if it is challenging, we request a down payment. The down payment I think is $145. And then if you do the down payment, you have until week 4 to come up with the balance of $170. And sometimes if you sign up a month in advance, I mean that's a month and then you get 4 weeks in. So it's a couple months to come up with the balance. So
yeah. And you guys are a 501(c) organization.
Yep.
And I know you guys do such great work. I mean, boy, it's amazing the quality of life that not only the people that participate, but all the people in their constellation, in their family, and coworkers and everybody else benefits from people continuing to get healing of that of the shame and all the other things that then contribute to that manifestation. And
there's a lot of guys too. They'll finish the 12 weeks and they'll feel like, I'm just kind of getting it now. Can I retake it? Because now I'm starting to understand it. So we offer a retake I think the retake's $105, so it's a lot cheaper for the full 12 weeks. And a lot of guys find the retake to be really beneficial because now they're really, ingraining what they've learned the first time around.
And I'm sure it comes down to just being safe. Going through it the first time, maybe defensive, maybe just you're exploring it. But once you get the sense that, no, this is a safe place, I can tell my story.
We say the first class is about what we call harm reduction, and the second class, the empowerment class, is really about resolving the problem. Yeah. We like to think of it like anger management is not riding a bike. You don't just learn to do it and you're done. It's more like learning a language, and if you don't keep speaking the language, you get rusty.
Yeah.
So it's helpful. A lot of guys come back and retake.
Yeah. We're at the end of this segment. Tom, tell the audience how to get more information. Where should they go for more information?
Sure. The best spot is our website, tcmc.org. But like I said, you can always call 612-822-5892 or just shoot an email to tcmc@tcmc.org. And there's contact us on the website as well. But tcmc.org is probably your best bet.
Yep, we're looking at it right now on the show. So folks, pull it up if you have any questions. Time for a short break. We'll be right back to continue our conversation with Sean McLoughlin, Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center, along with Lasagna Ware. She is just launching launching the anger management program for the women. And, of course, Tom is here. Tom Maher, he's the office manager at the Men's Center, and he's the person you can get in contact with. And so if you have any questions for us, please give us a call, 952-946-6205, or text us at 612-999-3426. I'm Ken Haglind, and you're listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Are barriers in your home making everyday life harder? Every step, every doorway, every slippery surface can be a risk, and waiting can be dangerous. Rebuilding Together Minnesota's Safe at Home program provides home safety repairs and mobility modifications at no cost to low-income homeowners, helping people with disabilities live safely, independently, and with dignity. They install mobility supports, fall prevention equipment, and aging-in-place modifications. Grab bars, ramps, railings, slip grips, even exterior stair, porch, and deck replacements. They also provide fire safety upgrades, including smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Applications are open through March 31st, 2026. A short window, and once it closes, you'll have to wait until next year. Don't wait for an accident or injury to force change. Let your neighbors help you live safely at home. Apply today at rtmn.org and select Apply for Help. Or call 651-776-4273. Safe at Home. Safety, independence, and dignity for every Minnesotan.
Hi, I'm Mary T. I'm a proud supporter of AM 950 because this station shares the values that I care about most: community, connection, and making a difference. Just like AM 950, I believe in using our energies, our resources, and our voices to lift up others. That's why I started the Mary T. Scholar Program at the University of Minnesota College of Education and Human Development, providing graduate students with internships internationally. For over the past 10 years, our students have served communities in Laos, Cambodia, Nepal, India, Cameroon, and Thailand, gaining experience and helping people in ways that really make a difference. Supporting AM 950 fosters conversation, awareness, and action in our communities. It's about shared values and believing that together we can make a difference. Visit MaryTinc.com to learn more about the work that we do.
Greg Bakken here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
It's no secret that medical care costs are soaring, with nursing home and skilled nursing care costs being some of the highest. You don't have to deplete your savings in order to receive long-term care. At Schroman Law, we work with families to develop and implement strategic planning for medical assistance for long-term care, for assisted living, nursing home care, or home-based care. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation at schromenlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about helping you and your loved ones improve and enjoy your quality of life. My name is Ken Haglind, and joining me today in studio is Sean McLoughlin, Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center. And we just had Lasagna Ware on in the third segment, and we appreciate her doing that. We also have Tom Maher, Office Manager at the Men's Center here, and we're talking about how the center's Men Helping Men with Anger Management classes, where Sean guides the men in digging deep to address the root causes of anger and provide support and resources to help them navigate and manage anger in all areas of their life. Tom, how can people get a hold of you guys if they have questions or want more information?
Yeah, definitely. You can find us on our website, tcmc.org. Send us an email, tcmc@tcmc.org, or you can call the office at 612-822-5892. Those are all great ways to get in touch with us. And there's contact us on the website, too. You can send us an email straight from the website.
Right. And I know you guys we talked about at the break. You guys have a publication you put out that's in paper form right now.
It's called Men Talk.
Men Talk, and you're also going to look at doing that digitally to get that out to people. And so if people are interested, they should contact you guys and be on your contact list or on your distribution list.
Absolutely. And actually, we've got archives of Men Talk on our website going back to all the way to almost to 2000. We want to go back further, but we've got years and years worth of Men Talk newsletters on our website. So.
And where would people find that then?
It's going to be over on the right. I forget which option it is. And then there's a drop down and there's like archives on there, I think. Let's see. So is it about TCMC? About TCMC.
Okay.
Then go to archives. And then there's our Men Talk archives going all the way down to 2002. So we got over 20 years. Worth of, yeah. We put on 6 times a year. So
wow.
I'd also say that if you've been in a coffee shop in Minneapolis or St. Paul, you've probably run across a copy of Men Talk.
Mm-hmm.
We distribute them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, you guys are a nonprofit, 501(c)(3). You welcome donations. You welcome. How about volunteers? Do you guys need help in volunteering?
Pretty much everyone is a volunteer except for me. So our volunteer, I mean, Sean and the anger management instructors, all of our support group facilitators, because they're all trained facilitators. They're not guys just walking in and facilitating support groups. We train them. So we have so many volunteers. And the state fair that you talked about, all the state fair volunteers, lots and lots of volunteers. So, yeah.
Okay. So people can reach out. If you have a desire to help out with these guys doing this amazing work, go to tcmc.org and click on the Donate Join button and go from there. You have more than the anger management program in place. You have other things that you guys do.
Yeah.
What are those, Sean?
Do you want to list
or
other
Tom?
supports?
Sure, yeah. So our support groups, we have the longest running gay issue support group in the Twin Cities, and on Wednesday, and that's at the Men's Center. That's hybrid, meaning they're people in person and online, so you can join us online too. Most of our groups are hybrid, except for one that's in person only. We have Choosing Healthy Sexual Boundaries. That's for men only, and that's either in person in St. Paul on Wednesdays or Saturday mornings at the Men's Center. So that one's in a couple different locations.
In Minneapolis.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And then Wednesday night we have a group called Addiction Busters. I refer to it as an alternative to 12-step program. So we'll work on any kind of addiction you have, and that's hybrid, in person and online. And then on Thursday nights we have General Men's Issues, Divorce and Uncoupling, which really it's anything, but it does tend to focus on divorce and uncoupling. That's hybrid as well, in person and online. So,
well, you guys have a lot of things going on.
Yeah, we sure do.
Again, that's why I just want to reach out to the audience and just say if they can help support you guys any way they can, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, because it's funny because the General Men's Issues kind of started off as like a follow-up for the anger management class. So once they finish the class, they can go there. But are we talking to guys, we'll kind of recommend the General Men's Issues, and I'll go, are there any chemical issues there? So then they go, so they're interested in Addiction Busters or gay issues or something. So it's usually if they come for one, a lot of times like maybe 2 or 3 will fit for them. So
sure, yeah.
It's not fun when they have 2 events on the same night. Like if they want Thursday night anger management and the General Men's Issues. Well, you can do the anger management and then do the General Men's Issues after, or do General Men's before anger management starts and then flip off. So
it's not a prerequisite. I mean,
correct.
Whatever.
Yeah, and that's an important distinction too. So the anger management class is a class. You have to register. It has a start and end date. Yep. The support groups are very free. So I hate to say the word drop in because you want to show up on time and leave on time, but there's no commitment. You show up once. If you want to come every other week or come once, and if you can't stand it, never come back again, that's up to you. But you're always welcome to show up whenever you're able to attend those. So
yeah. And again, 50-year anniversary, something later in the fall, October, November timeframe, you guys will be celebrating, marking that amazing.
We got a celebration event. We got a series of workshops we're going to put on, and we're going to have a big picnic for all the families of the volunteers.
Yeah, we got a woman who's done some presentations on gut health and how that relates to emotion. And she's probably going to come in from Wisconsin, Green Bay, and do a live presentation for us at our workshop. I'm hoping so. She's interested in it. So we've got some other people who are interested in doing workshops for us. So it should be a great weekend.
Wow, yeah. Well, it's a holistic approach to caring for yourself and for your loved ones. And the more you can learn about things that affect you, it's amazing how...
If you want your mind to be regulated, you really have to regulate your body as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, a lot of important discipline there as well. We got a couple minutes left here.
And we might have a picnic, too. Since we have a couple of minutes left, we may have a picnic in August or September, which would be more family-friendly at like a park and stuff like that. But the details are still working that out. So.
Yeah, but if people get connected with you guys and get on your contact list, you can keep up to date on what's going on there.
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, all right. Anything else going on in terms of, I know the big excitement here is adding the women's anger management program with
we
Lasagna.
have several new classes we're rolling out. We're also introducing what we're calling an Allies class, Allies in Anger, which is support for people who live with or work with someone who has an anger problem. We're also going to do a class on finding meaning. I'm very excited about this. Lasagna actually introduced me to a book I'd never read, Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. So many people have read this. I'm kind of embarrassed I haven't read it. It's an amazing book.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of ground the class in that book and discuss meaning, which I think is like the next step after you process your shame and you start embracing empowerment. Then meaning is like that final puzzle piece.
Yeah. Well, Frank, Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
What a story.
What a story.
Yeah, I mean, that could be that's a class in and of itself.
Yeah.
Just to help people with that. I guess it's just stepping back in life and seeing the big picture and how that affects you. Wow, this is great.
Yeah, and I really think the Allies class is a great idea that Sean came up with, too, because when guys are going through the class, they learn a jargon and there's different language and they're starting to behave differently. Right. Now their partners are kind of going, wait a minute, what's he talking about? Now he's not responding reacting like he used to. So then they're kind of in a state of limbo. So this kind of helps and support them. Here's what's going on. Here's what you can learn. Here's how you can be a supportive thing. So it kind of keeps a little bit of balance in there, which I think is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, it's just going to be a 4-week course. It's going to be kind of shorter, and people that can bring in their questions and we can help them.
Is that one that couples can come to, or is it focused on one?
It would open to anyone, even kids could come.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It'd be great to get them young to start getting control of things.
Maybe not younger than 10.
No, but it's it all starts as a child.
Yeah.
Anyway, end of the show here. I want to thank Sean McLoughlin. He's the Anger Management Facilitator and Board Chair at the Twin Cities Men's Center, along with Tom Maher. He's the Office Manager at the Twin Cities Men's Center. We also had Lasagna Ware on, and she's launching a Women's Anger Management Program here in April. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Cool.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks for having us.
We hope you enjoyed today's show, folks. Please contact us with any questions or comments you have regarding today's conversation. You can reach us anytime by voice or text at 612-999-3426. Join us again next Saturday at noon for another broadcast. And thank you for listening to Living Healthy and Aging Well, where we talk about your health and your life. Until next time, please choose to live well.
Can you